Hi, my name is Donna, and I'm going to show you how to do a very quick, simple crystal point wrap like this one. Okay, I'm going to start with some 20 gauge wire. I've cut about 20 inches of it. Now put the ends together, then just run your fingers down it lightly so you don't harden the wire, and just to find the middle of it. Now you need to take that and put it around the bottom of the crystal point, and then twist the wires together. Just do a couple twists first. Then use your pliers to kind of tighten that up a little bit. Be careful if you're using a soft stone, because if you tighten it too much, you could accidentally break the stone. And you want to keep twisting until you have enough to go all the way around the top of the stone. Sometimes it might be easier just to move the stone instead of the wires. You can also take the stone out while you're doing this part to make it a little bit easier. Okay, now sometimes you'll end up with that, where it kind of wraps around itself instead of twisting. So I'm going to continue on with another one that I've already started. The amount that you'll need to twist will depend on how big the stone is and how much of a curve you want on this side. So as you twist, just kind of measure it against the stone and see if that's where you want it yet. Okay. And I'm going to need just a little bit more of a twist here. So you shape it around the top of the stone. You'll need a slightly sharp bend there, so you can use your pliers to get that where you want it. Then press it against the other side of the stone that way. What you need to do now is wrap both of these wires around the stone. So pass one of them through, then just pull it. And then kind of pull it as tight against the stone as you can as you go. Then on the other one, wrap it through from the other side and do it the exact same way. Now pull them as tightly as you can, and then start twisting them again. And take your pliers and tighten it up just a little bit more the way you did the first twist. At this point, I'm going to take my needle nose pliers and tighten this up a little bit more, just to make sure it stays on the stone correctly. You just put it on there, and with a slight twisting motion. Be careful not to scratch the stone though, or to mar the wire. And you can do the same at the top of it too if you need to. And from there you just keep twisting the same way you did on the first side. Until you have enough to go all the way around to this point here. got a little bit of a kink, you can kind of straighten it up a little bit that way. Just don't press too hard on the wire because you could accidentally flatten it a little bit and it won't look right. Now once you get to this point, you need to wrap these wires around here. So put that one in through there once. Try to keep it as close to the stone as you can. And then put the second one through in the opposite direction. And keep those tight as possible. I'm going to take the one that's closer to the edge of it and wrap it around once more. And that's going to come over across this side. And you can cut it to whatever length you want. It depends on how big you want the spiral to be. And get the spiral started with my round nose pliers. I'm going to use my flat nose pliers to finish wrapping it around. Then once you get it to where you want it, you just press it against the stone. And on the other side, we're going to do the exact same thing. Cut the wire where you want it. Then curl it into a spiral. And my curves aren't very smooth here. So what I'm going to do is use my pliers to shape them a little bit better. Just kind of pull it into place a little bit. You don't need to grip really hard with the pliers, just kind of pull a little bit until you get everything into place. Now for the bail, I'm going to take a piece of 18 gauge wire, and I have a pair of large bail making pliers here. I'm going to use the smaller barrel on them. First, just get about a half of a wrap going, and you'll see part of that's still straight, so we're going to snip that straight part off. And by doing that, this whole thing will be perfectly round. I'm going to wrap around about 4 times, but you can use 3 or 5 or however many wraps you prefer. Wrap a little bit past where you need to be, and then snip it even with the other end. And now to put it on there, what you need to do is open this up just a little bit and then you put it around the top, then just push it through like you would a key on a keychain. It can be a little bit stubborn sometimes though, especially when you do it wrong. Let's try that again. You need to make sure that the edge goes to the outside of it when you go through that first round. Then it should go on correctly. Okay, there it goes. And then just squeeze it closed a little bit. You might have to reshape the ends of it a little bit. And from there you just grab a cord, put it through, and there you go.